Adverb clauses and adverbial phrases are groups of words that play the role of an adverb. So let's take a look at this example sentence on the board. When I complete this task, we can go. Now the meat of this sentence, the subject and verb of this sentence, comes in the later part of the sentence. We can go. We right here is the subject and can go is the verb phrase. So when I complete this task could actually be removed from the sentence and the sentence would still make sense. We can go makes perfect sense by itself. So when I complete this task then is an adverb because adverbs aren't necessarily important to a sentence. You can remove an adverb and the sentence will still make sense without it because adverbs just merely modify or further describe another word in the sentence. So since we can remove when I complete this task from the rest of the sentence, then it is probably our adverb clause, and it is. Now there's not one word in this adverb clause right here that actually would be an adverb by itself. It's the group of words right here together that modify the verb can go, or the verb phrase can go, because can and go together make up the verb phrase. So when I complete this task is our adverb clause, and it modifies can go. It's answering the question when. When can we go? When I complete this task. Because adverbs often answer a question. So the question here is when, and it's saying when I complete this task. Now notice that it's called a clause. It's called an adverb clause, and that's because clauses contain both a subject and a verb. And that is the case with this group of words right here. You see a subject and a verb. I is the subject, and complete is the verb. Alright, so let's look at this next sentence. In a moment, the pizza will be ready. Here, the meat of our sentence is, again, in the later part of the sentence. Pizza is the subject, and will be is the verb phrase. So here again, in a moment, could be removed from the sentence. In a moment, the pizza will be ready. Now let's try reading the sentence without this. The pizza will be ready. The sentence still makes sense, so this is probably our adverbial phrase. Now notice this time, it's called an adverbial phrase instead of an adverb clause. Well, what's the reasoning behind that? The reasoning is a clause contains both a subject and a verb. A phrase does not contain a subject and a verb. And here, there's no subject and there's no verb. So that's why it's called an adverbial phrase. This group of words right here, in a moment, describes or modifies will be. Again, it's answering the question when. When will the pizza be ready? It'll be ready in a moment. So the important thing to remember is the main distinction between adverb clauses and adverbial phrases. Adverb clauses are a group of words that modify another word. But the adverbial clause, or the adverb clause, contains both a subject and a verb. In the case of an adverbial phrase, it again is a group of words that modifies another word. But in this case, the adverbial phrase does not contain a subject and a verb.